What is up, you guys? Namicon here, bringing you my perspective as to what entertainment is bringing us. And today we'll be talking about My Chemical Romance's debut album, I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. The album came out with no fanfare. It was released on July 23rd, 2002. And to promote the album, the band had to play in bars and clubs at New Jersey. They did went on tour, although as a supporting group. One notable band they toured with is metalcore centric Every Time I Die. The band got noticed by one of the managers of Reprise Records, Brian Schechter, who gave them a mention by the record label when he gave them the album. Eventually, in 2003, My Chemical Romance signed to Reprise Records, and thanks to them, they quickly gave the band a lot of exposure, with their second album, Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, being a massive hit for the band. However, we're not here to talk about that album. We're here to talk about MCR's Humble Beginnings. Now let's go track by track on this album, starting with Romance. A 1 minute intro to not only the album, but the band themselves. The guitar sounds quiet, gloomy, dark. It has a flamenco tone, and it also sets the tone for what's to come in this album. The next song is called Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us. Now that is a mouthful title. Those long song titles are the norm for bands like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, and Brand New. Now that trend has died out a long time ago, but it is funny to think that these people thought it was a good idea to make these long song titles. It just feels like to me that they don't want these songs to be played on the radio, but they did play some of their songs on the radio. So what can you do? Next song is called Vampires Will Never Hurt You, which was the lead single for the album. So Bullets, which is what people call the album in a very short way possible, is a concept album. The album revolves around two characters who give off vibes of Bonnie and Clyde. They were gunned down in the desert because of their murderous rampage. The fan base of the band thinks that the concept of both Bullets and Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge are all one story because there were lines in every song where they are connected, which I personally find to be a stretch, but I'll let them have their fun. The next song is called Drowning Lessons. I Brought You My Bullets is a post-hardcore album. MCR are mainly known as a pop punk band, but this album is hardcore punk. It's rough, it's raw, very energetic vocals, and a lot of screaming done by Gerard Way. Over time, they do go for a more pop punk sound, but they still kept their hardcore roots, especially on Three Cheers, where it's a mix of both hardcore and pop punk. Next song is called Our Lady of Sorrows. So the band consists of Gerard Way, the lead singer Dre Toro, the lead guitar, the lead. The, so the band consists of Gerard Way, who is the lead singer, Ray Toro, who is the lead guitarist, Mikey Way, Gerard's brother and the bassist, and Matt Pelissier, who at the time was the drummer for the band. Frank Arrow, who was another guitarist for the band, at the time joined the band very late into the development for Bullets. So all he had to do was doing backing vocals for songs and did some additional guitars on the album. The album was produced by Jeff Rickley, who is the lead singer of post-hardcore band Thursday, and was released under Eyeball Records. The next song is called Headfirst for Halos. This is the first song I've heard from this album, and it's my favorite song in the album. It's probably the most upbeat song in the album, even though lyrically it is far from that. This song is about depression and contemplating suicide. This song originally wasn't gonna be on Bullets because it was conceived as a joke. Frank Arrow has stated that this is his favorite song to play live, which can't really say I blame him because this song is so much fun to listen to, even though lyrically speaking, it's far from fun. The next song is called Skylines and Turnstiles. This is the first song My Chemical Romance created. This song was written right after 9/11 happened. My Chemical Romance was formed because of 9/11, a horrible tragedy for all Americans. Gerard Way wrote this song to express the feeling of sorrow and loss, and he wanted to like inspire like the next generation of bands, and he wanted to make the world a less sad place. Which can't really say I blame him, but uh, it just sucks that it had to start like at one of the worst days in American history. Is all. The next song is called "Early Sunsets Over Monroeville." So this song was inspired by George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. So and Gerard Way has stated that this song is a love letter to to the movie. And it's a good song. I actually really like this one. And the next song is called "This Is the Best Day Ever," one of the shortest songs on the album. And it's a fast it's a banger the banger song, and it pulls no punches. It is raw as fuck. It tells a story. It tells a story of a pair who meets in the hospital, but they are trapped there. But they do make plans of to escape, as seen in the final line. And I just can't stay away. One day we'll run away. This Is the Best Day Ever was one of the first tracks recorded by My Chemical Romance. And Jeff Rickley, the producer of this album, did backing vocals of this track. So it's a pretty up so it's one of the more upbeat songs, damn damn it, this song is so much fun to listen to. I really love this one. So the next song is called Cubicles. The song is about obsession and rejection, and it tells the story of a lonely office worker about a monotonous and repetitive job. So, and he falls with someone that who works two cubicles away from him, but this person doesn't even know that he exists, which is kind of sad, honestly. I'd say it's kind of sad. So the song was written. So all of the songs were written by the whole entire band: Mikey Way, Gerard Way, Ray Toro, Matt Pelissier. It's yeah, every single member of the band contributed to the written to the writing phase of the album. And the next song is called Demolition Lovers, the longest song on the album. And there's a reason why this song was one of the reasons why the fan base thought that uh, both Bullets and Three Cheers for Street Revenge are like one entire story. So this song is was made as like this song was seen as like a prequel to the story of Three Cheers for Street Revenge. In the song is about a dude making a deal with the devil just to see his girlfriend. But in order to see her, he has to kill 1,000 evil beings and giving their souls to the devil in exchange for her. So yeah, I can definitely see why the fan base put both the stories of Bullets and Three Cheers for Street Revenge all in one. I do think this song right here is a pretty convincing argument. It's the longest song in the album. It's raw. It pulls no punches, and it's honestly the instruments in this song are they pull no punches. It's one of the it's one of my favorite guitar works that Ray Tor has ever done. It's a honestly it's a top three song in this. It maybe top five song in this album, if I'm being honest. It's a really, really damn good song. And with that out of the way, I brought you my bullets, and you brought me your love. Is for a debut album, I would honestly say it still holds up. There are debut albums that I would argue are pretty rough, but like Avenged Sevenfold's his debut album, Trivium's his debut album, those two are very rough. I personally will not go back to it anytime soon. But although uh, although although I would say that Bullets is probably my least favorite My Chem album, I will not say this album is bad. It's still very good. There's a lot of really good songs in the album. Some of my favorite, well, like I said, some of my favorites include Headfirst for Halos, This is the Best Day Ever, Demolition Lovers, Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough to Hurt the Two of Us. A lot of very good songs on this album, and you could tell. And although Gerard's singing is pretty rough, you could tell that he you could tell that there is a lot of potential in his singing. You could tell that there is something. He had a lot of potential, and he put that potential in in great ways in subsequent albums. And so this is an album that I have a lot of respect for. It's an album that I really enjoyed and I really like going back to. So yeah. It's while it's still a really good album for me. This album, I brought you my bullets, you brought me your love, gets a 4 out of 5. This is an album that this is a great album. Like for a debut album, it's rare to see a great debut album. Although there are some debut albums that I would consider some of the band's best work. Not the case for this one, but it's still very, very good. It's still a great one that I would recommend checking out. Otherwise, for those of you that have heard, I brought you my bullets, you brought me your love. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And you can also follow my Instagram, backlog, and Letterboxd down in the description down below. You can also join my Discord server down in the description down below as well. And if you want to listen, and if you are interested in listening to the album, I'll put the link in the description as well. With that out of the way, this is Namikon, and I'll see you next time.